Hi everyone and welcome to this week's episode of Tarot Tuesday. My name is Lori with Magic Me Scopes and I'm here to bring you the energy of the week at a very basic level, and then we'll move into the tarot. Within the tarot, you will be able to pick your own card for your own personal reading, and this reading is for Tuesday, March 10th through Monday, March 16th. We have a very interesting week here. We have a roller coaster of a week, and the reason why we have a roller coaster of a week is because there's a lot of aspects up within the sign of Pisces where the sun is still sitting right now. And when we are dealing with Pisces, we are dealing with the overall depths of our emotion. It's a very spiritual sign. It takes on a lot and it's very watery. And when aspects are hit within the sign of Pisces, we feel them at an emotional level. We feel them very deep. And this is why it's a great time to look into what's going on and maybe get more insights with the tarot to see where your energy needs to be placed. So we've got the sun that is in Pisces this week, and it is going to sextile with Jupiter, which is in Capricorn. Now, Jupiter is the guru. Jupiter is very spiritual, but it's about expansion. It's about big things, making everything bigger. It doesn't matter what it is, it makes it bigger. Is something good? Let's make it bigger. Is there a romance? Let's make it bigger. Is there a house to buy? Let's make it bigger. This is what Jupiter is. And Jupiter doesn't like being in the sign of Capricorn, but what it does in the sign of Capricorn is expand the energy. And Capricorn is about hard work, determination, motivation, moving up the ladder of success. When it is in sextile, it is a combining energy. So we're taking this hard working energy that's being expanded and moving it to this emotional, deep, soul-searching energy, and we're blending those things, saying, how can we blend what we do within our work life? What can we do to work to make our soul feel really good? If you're new to astrology, sextile is kind of like sex. It's a blending together energy, but it has to be worked towards. A trine is also a positive aspect in astrology that's much easier. It just works, where sex doesn't work unless both parties work together. So when the sun is sextiling with Jupiter, we know that there's deep soul searching, there's a deep emotion wrapped around it, and then it's expanding. Some kind of hard work has to be put in order for us to move forward. So we're getting a lot of spiritual insights with this. This energy is also extremely positive, and it's positive when you work with something in depth, like having the sun in Pisces and working around what you're really looking for, what you're really dreaming of, what you really want out of your life and out of the future. There's a lot of generosity wrapped around this. There's a lot of things that can happen with asking for favors and getting good outcomes for it. If you have a question to ask someone, you'll probably get a good outcome. So if you've been holding off any kind of communication in any kind of relationship or work environment, this would really be the time to go forward now that Mercury is direct and all the planets are direct, and start to discuss what you're looking for moving forward, because the energy will definitely get a boost of good luck here. Now on the 14th, we have Mars, which is also in the sign of Capricorn. Hardworking, moving forward, physical body, deterministic, bold, confident, in the sextile, so another blending energy with Neptune in Pisces. So Neptune is in Pisces, and that is the sign that Neptune rules. We could be feeling a little bit more romantic here. We can get to the bottom of a couple of spiritual truths, maybe some things we didn't realize. You see, in life, there's so many things, if we don't look outside the box and we stick ourselves in a little situation, that we might start to feel stuck or not see other people's opinions or see other outlooks. But within this element that we have right now and this energy, we're able to see, feel, and act based on things that we just know. It's instead of sitting at your television and getting into chaos or feeling that you need to hole yourself up in your house and become a hermit because of the virus going around, it's you talking with people in the community and seeing that people are healthy and most people are okay, and talking about stories with other people and seeing that they've moved through. Mars also rules our physical body. So as long as we stay strong here, Mars is going to keep us strong within Capricorn. Now, Mercury out of retrograde stopped its retrograde in the sign of Aquarius, and now it's going to start to move forward into the sign of Pisces. So we've got a lot of these things within these spiritual truths, within this soul searching, within still getting deep to what's going on. But now, even though we're getting deep, say hi, Sammy. even though we're getting deep within the soul searching, we actually have answers to move forward. These are less things that we're re-examining within ourselves. These are less of us, again, sitting within ourselves, feeling within ourselves, getting very emotional. We're able to get them out. We're able to work them out with other people. We're able to work them out within our job. We're able to work them out within our romantic life. We're able to work them out within our relationships. Everything starts to move forward and we feel better. We feel more confident. We intrinsically start to know emotionally that we don't get that pit in our stomach when we start to do things. We know it. We've got positive energy moving us on, but there still is the highs and the lows of the week, but that all comes down to our decision making and our choices. We literally this week get to choose to sink or swim. Remember, we are still in that oceanic energy, these tons of waves going on. So sink to the bottom, get to the depths, then hide yourself away, or swim above. Use the energy to have it push you forward towards your goals. Lots of possibilities are available right now for us, especially with any kind of progression. Everything in life right now is in a progression. We continue to move. So we're getting glimpses of that, the glimpses of opportunity, the glimpses of possibility where we decide, do I move forward with this? Do I make the phone call? Do I open up this opportunity? Do I see what's available? Well, if you're looking for something else, yes, because they're here right now. And basically what it's saying is, anything you're in that you feel stuck right now, well, you put yourself there. We might have put ourselves in a mess. We might have made a mess of our lives. We might have made a mess of our relationship. We might have mixed some things up, but now it's time to see that there's a way to untangle ourselves from it and to weave through, and there's a way out. There's a light, there's a way, there's a possibility. There is time to move on. And this is it. Sink or swim this week. So now let's see where your personal energy is working and move into the tarot. I am using the Paulina Tarot. I love the Paulina Tarot. If you've been watching me the past 2 weeks, you know I love the artwork. I love how it's so whimsical. Fairies, lights, rainbows, that's all me. So let's get into it. An extra little card in there. Take out our Joker cards. So we've got our cards here. I'm going to shuffle them up. So when I'm shuffling the cards for this week to get the energy for your reading, to see where your energy is going this week, there is one card that came out. I do not pick cards. I let them come to me. So when I'm shuffling, they throw themselves out of the deck and I catch them. And those are the cards. And that's the best way for me to bring the proper energy. That one wanted to go, but it didn't. To you. So while I am shuffling, you can ask a question for what you're looking for. And then get your answer once we have this done. Oops. That was a ton of cards that flipped over on that one, so I'm not going to use that. We only need one here. Okay, and that's it. Let's see what we got. So this week I've added some crystal inspiration as well to the cards. So over here on the left, we have card number 1. And card number 1 also has the crystal green aventurine with it. Green aventurine is about having luck, prosperity, opportunity. It's also the stone of adventure, which is why it's called aventurine. So hopefully if that one resonates with you, that will bring a little bit more energy to you here. And if you are looking at the second card, we have the pyrite energy, which is called fool's gold, because it looks kind of like it's a piece of gold. And this, again, this has to do with opportunities. It has to do with finances. It has to do with good luck around them. It's also a stone of happiness, which is great. And then we have citrine over by card number 3, and that's on the right-hand side. Citrine is known as the merchant stone. It's a great stone if you are in business. They usually say to keep it in your cash register. But another good stone that has to do with good finances, prosperity, happiness, good luck. And I feel like all of that energy was really around this week, which is why I was inspired to pick these three specific stones. So make your choice for your card and your stone that you picked. And let's see what you've got. So if you pick the Seven of Swords, you're looking for, well, I'd see that aventurine that I put down next to it really went with it, a little bit more adventure. Something being a little bit more tumultuous. Things are a little bit deceitful. Things are a little bit more sneaky. As you could see in the picture, we have this man. He's wearing a cloak. It has a snake design on it, which signifies deceit. There are people, he doesn't know this, but it seems like people can see what he had done, and he's trying to cloak and hide himself away and run away from it. So it shows betrayal or being sneaky about something, backstabbing someone, doing something that is not trustworthy. And it's a knowing about it too. So it definitely shows more of there's a choice here. There's the choice to be sneaky or deceitful, because if the card was reversed, it would be an indecision or not having the nerve to go forward with it. So this is, you know what you're doing, and it kind of doesn't matter what the circumstance is by you doing that. It's your own personal wants, needs, desires are more important right now, and you'll do anything you can to get them done. Seven of Swords, interesting card. If you picked card number 2, we're looking at the King of Cups in reversed. So the King of Cups is usually a really positive card. I love that the king came with that piece of gold right next to it, or at least the fool's gold. But when the card is upright, we're looking at a very wise leader, someone charismatic and open-minded, accepting of others. The cup is full. He has all his people around him. He is very generous, the same way that this Sun and Jupiter sextile is occurring. But we have this card today in reversed. And what it's showing is we are not being calm and charismatic. We are being overly emotional and uncaring. We are doing our own thing. We are not worrying about other people right now. We are worried about ourselves. Very interesting to come into play with that card before it. So the emotions, this is that sink or swim I was speaking about in the astrology, where that would be more choosing to sink rather than swim. So be careful if you pick this card, because remember, we have free will and we always have the choice to change our outcomes. And if you picked card number 3 with that beautiful citrine up there, you would pick the Ace of Wands. And this beautiful, gorgeous Ace of Wands is upright. What that's bringing in is in a creative, new beginnings, a new way of doing life, being ambitious, being enthusiastic, taking something from conception and realizing it. You could see she's sitting down. She's got the wise owl next to her. What it shows is that he's guiding the child to develop her intuition. Wands are more magical, about believing. The feathers that the owl has are green. They symbolize going ahead with pursuing a new idea. And the child is sitting there gazing up, and she's determined to begin her life and a new adventure and go forth. It's a great card. It's a great card of new beginnings. It's a great card to say, I'm letting go of the past. It's a great card for this week's energy with Mercury going direct and with all of our forward movement of the planets, of saying that if the card was in reverse, it would be a setback or a lack of determination. And this is just saying, well, that's all in the past. We might look back at our lives and realize that things that were once there aren't even there to look back at anymore. Things are really moving forward. And that's really another energy with Saturn moving into Aquarius, which is coming up soon. That kind of energy where we care a little bit more about humanity and the collective and our place within it, rather than just being the CEO of our own life. Now, if you were going to look at these cards as a full reading, if I was doing a full reading of all these cards for you, here is how it would go. The Seven of Swords, maybe some theft, sneakiness, betrayal, backstabbing, mistrust. Was it you or was it somebody else? There's a challenge coming forth with the King of Cups. The King of Cups in reverse is very uncaring and over emotional. Maybe we have taken something, somebody had backstabbed us, and now we can care less about where we're going to go to move forward. Maybe we were the ones who backstabbed someone else, and we could still care less because we feel like it was justified in our own type of way. But moving forward, there's a new beginning. Out with the old, in with the new. We see the magic forward. We're able to let go of the past. We're able to be ambitious and start a new, creative, beautifully magical life. I hope these cards resonated with you this week. As usual, please leave me feedback, like this video, share with your friends, and of course, subscribe so you can get notified when I upload the next video. And I will see you next week.